calendar notification appeared at 10:23 a.m. Subject: Career Development Conversation. In 13 years at Catalyst Enterprises, I'd seen this sequence 7 times. It was the corporate version of reading your own obituary before it's published. I was being fired at 4 p.m. sharp. But as I walked toward the execution room, I heard the whir of the security badge printer. 3 federal agents from the Office of Inspector General had just arrived, unannounced. They weren't looking for the CEO, they were looking for me. That was the moment I had to decide. Save the company that betrayed me, or hand over the 4 months of evidence I'd been hiding in my bag. Stay until the end, because you'll see the exact text message my boss sent me after she was indicted for federal crimes. My name is Sadi Barrett. I'm 41, and for a decade I've been the person nobody notices until a federal agent shows up. 6 months ago, our new CEO, Sienna, arrived. Her motto? Move at market speed. In the pharmaceutical world, that's code for ignore the law. I found 17 temperature alarms in our warehouse that were never logged. I flagged it. My boss, Lauren, told me to keep momentum moving. In August, 12 employees handled drugs without training. I refused to sign the report. Lauren forged my name and sent it to the government anyway. They called me pedantic and not a team player. So I started doing the only thing that could save me. I documented every single lie, every time-stamped email, and every forged signature. I wasn't just working anymore. I was building a case. Hit subscribe if you think corporate bullies should always face the feds. At 3:47 p.m., I was in a room with Special Agent Lydia Hoffman. I showed her everything. The forged Q3 reports, the temperature excursions, the ignored safety audits. I was scheduled to be fired in 10 minutes for this, I told her. Suddenly there was a knock. It was the CEO, Sienna, furious that I was being interviewed without her permission. Agent Hoffman didn't even blink. We're operating under federal authority, Sienna. Cancel your 4 p.m. meeting. You're next. Watching Sienna's face go from arrogant to terrified as her heels clicked away down the hall was the most satisfying 10 seconds of my career. The fallout was a bloodstorm. My termination meeting was postponed indefinitely. By the next morning, the parking lot was a ghost town. The CEO was gone. My boss, Lauren, was suspended. The board didn't do it because they liked me. They did it for survival. The federal agents made it clear. Without my cooperation, the DEA would pull their license and the company would fold in 6 months. The CFO begged me to lead the recovery. I didn't just ask for a raise. I demanded veto power over every operational decision and a formal written apology from the board. I'm not here to be a team player, I told them. I'm here to keep you out of prison. 3 months later, Agent Hoffman called me. The DOJ is moving forward, she said. Sienna, Lauren, and the operations manager weren't just fired, they were indicted. Conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and obstruction of justice. They were looking at real prison time. The company survived with a $2.3 million fine, but only because I had the receipts to prove it wasn't a company policy, but a leadership failure. My evidence didn't just save my job, it saved 100 other people's livelihoods. 6 months later, I was standing on a stage in Chicago speaking to 200 compliance professionals. I showed them the emails. I showed them the forgeries. I told them how I survived. When I finished, the room was silent. Then they stood up. All of them. I received a text that night from Lauren, my former boss. "I'm sorry," she wrote. "You were right, and I was too afraid to admit it." I didn't reply. I just deleted it. Some apologies come too late to matter. Respect isn't a suggestion. In my world, it's the foundation. Or it's the reason you go to jail. To see a CEO get caught with a secret $2 million offshore account, click here to watch The Auditor Who Found the Missing Zeros.